You're not left-handed though, are you?
I don't know. It doesn't. I do both. I'm not ambidextrous, but I'm like I write with my right hand, but I got terrible penmanship.
Right.
But if I like certain sports, I play left-handed. Certain sports, I play right-handed. But I'm not very athletic, so I don't do.
But all your guitars are all right-handed.
Yeah, and there's something about that. I don't know if you've ever. I have a whole bunch of left-handed friends, right, that are also musicians, and they all play right-handed guitars as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know anybody that plays left-handed guitar, and part of it's because of lack of access, right? It's so much easier to buy a right-handed guitar than a left-handed guitar because they're everywhere, right? Yeah. So if you think about piano, right, you keep your rhythm with your left hand and you articulate with your right.
Yeah.
But guitars are upside down.
Yeah.
Your rhythm with the right.
I've always thought that.
So I think left-handed people should be playing right-handed guitars, and it should be the other way around for right-handed people. But
yeah, I've never really understood that one. I just, yeah. But if I try and do it the opposite way around, it just feels, oh God, it feels terrible. I can't cope with it. But my friend Bobby that was in the band with me, he's left-handed. He has left-handed guitars and plays them, and he plays them better than he plays a right-handed guitar. But quite often when he used to come round, he would just play a right-handed guitar. And the plastic Casio MIDI guitar that we had was there was only a right-handed version of that, so that's the one that we had, and he used to play that. But he as far as I'm concerned, he plays just as well right-handed. He plays a right-handed guitar upside down just as well as he plays a left-handed guitar, but he's more comfortable playing a left-handed guitar. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying. That's part of the reason I've been trying to meditate a lot too. Is I'm trying to find a way to get myself where I need to be, or my eye isn't getting fucked up because of stress.
I wish I had something that I could tell you about that, but I think it's going to be very difficult without some kind of medication on that one, because you're not really consciously in control of your mental state all the time, and I have never come across a way where it's possible to. I wonder if you were direct about it rather than meditating generally, right? Because this is something that I've heard, that people who meditate about a specific aspect of their physical being can affect it. So I wonder if you were to focus any sort of meditation or any sort of thinking in that regard, rather than focus on your general well-being, which is what meditation kind of where it sort of generally takes you, if you were to concentrate on just thinking about the eye and thinking about you don't want that, because there's a lot of mystery to all of that. There's a lot of I'm not necessarily in favour of homeopathic medicines or the sort of snake oil kind of aspect of it, but there's definitely something to the idea of requesting of your body a specific outcome, like stop doing that, that's not helping me at all, we don't need that, guys, and just think about it from time to time and see, I don't know, what harm can it do? It can't do any harm, can it, to think about that, and also get some treatment if you can, some medicine, something that does something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is it's like the CSR, it kind of falls in the same category as tinnitus, where it's one of those things they don't know how to really deal with. It just kind of is,
Yeah.
And that's the best advice. The best advice they give is just calm you down, I shouldn't say best advice. The only advice they have is to tell you to calm down. But yeah, so this meditation tape I was telling you about, that's what it's all about, is about finding focus and then focusing on what you need in life. Whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's love, whether it's whatever it is, it's, and it's all about tuning your this left and right hemisphere of your brain is the first step, trying to get them in sync, and then you're supposed to think about your heartbeat like a wave in the ocean, kind of thing, and
yeah.
And then you sing. You start to sing out loud as you do this thing, right?
Right. Yes. I've heard about this. The sort of vibrational thing. There's an aspect of consciousness comes in there, because consciousness is mediated at different frequencies in the brain. This is the work of Stuart Hameroff and Roger Penrose and various others that are discovering that the consciousness has actual frequencies, and the nominal frequency that we all operate on is around 40 hertz. We've discussed this before, hence the power of the 40 hertz tone. But if you're singing or doing the Om kind of thing, you can create vibrations in your head that can actually resonate, and could. I'm very willing and open to the idea that could have an effect. But the other thing that I would say is that as I've got older and my cynicism has decreased, I don't know whether it's because I'm older or what, but I pray from time to time, and it's not because I believe that there's any kind of religious God there, but I think the act of prayer is a way of expressing into the universe what it is that's bothering you, or something that you want, or something that you've identified. And so and again, there's no harm in it. You can't. Nobody gets killed because you pray. It's not. You can't pray for the death of anybody. It doesn't work that way. But a little word to the universe. I mean, I've got a friend, my oldest friend Michael, and he's been in terrible financial problems recently. And I said to him, just ask the universe for help. I didn't say God to him because he's very anti-God. I said, do an affirmation. Just ask the universe. Just speak it out and say, yeah, I please send me more money. And the universe did. He ended up, he's a writer. His royalty check came through, and he was expecting it to be almost nothing because he hasn't written for a while, but it was double what he expected it to be. And I've had many experiences recently where I know, generally speaking, things that are a problem fix themselves anyway. So you could say that it's just things fixing themselves, but it does no harm. And it's as well. I agree. You're as well to ask, and just say, fix my eye, please. Could you please fix my eye? Don't say things like, I really want my eye to be fixed, because the universe will say, yes, I know you do, but it won't fix it. You've got to say, please fix. You've got to ask for the thing. I think the universe has got a sense of humour. That's my experience. The universe is not impassive. It's got a fucking sense of humour, and quite often it will send you stuff that you've asked for something, and it will send you something, but it will send it in a way just to remind you that to point out the fact it sent it to you, and just to remind you that it's in charge. And this is a gift. I've had that happen a couple of times.
I think I need to hear that too, because I'm not a stranger to that idea, and I'm not even I've dealt with it recently, talking about the solar eclipse earlier. The forecast was terrible for the solar eclipse, and everybody kept telling me, don't waste your time, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be this. And I said it might be cloudy where you are, but it's not going to be cloudy where I am. And they're going okay, Mr. fucking cocky. Yeah. And I've been preparing for the solar eclipse since I was in grade 2. Right. There was no possible way there was going to be clouds in the sky. It was just I decided there wasn't going to be clouds in the sky. And there was all these clouds forming, at half an hour before the eclipse started happening. It was all these clouds were forming just out of thin air, and people were getting all panicked, and they're going, oh no, it's going to happen. And I went I'm like, you keep your shitty thoughts to yourselves. I'm in control here. I'll make sure the sky is clear. And it cleared up very quickly. And my dad was looking at me with this kind of you said this was going to happen. And I'm like, well, I intended on it happening, whether or not. And it's funny because with weather, I've had, when we moved to Nova Scotia, we had a family meeting, over Zoom one day, and we're talking about what Nova Scotia is going to be like. And I said, what I'm looking forward to, guys, the first summer we're there, I want to have the worst hurricane they've ever seen. I want to experience that. And we had it. We had the worst hurricane ever here, and it hit us directly. We got hit harder than any part of the province. And everybody was looking at me why would you wish for that?
Why did you bring that on us?
Well, I said, well, we didn't get hurt. The house got a little damaged, but we have insurance. We learned a lot about living on the ocean and about how to deal with that kind of stuff. I thought it couldn't have happened at a better time. I still feel that way. So yeah. If it was my fault, or if I knew it was coming, whatever the tune was, however the tuning happened. I agree that I think I should, maybe you're right, I should just demand this from the universe. I need my eye fixed. And but I still want to find this. My meditation goal might seem kind of shallow too, because people I listen to that meditate, say Maynard from Tool, the guy that we were talking about earlier, he talks about how he's replaced psychedelics with meditation. And I'm thinking like, is it really that good? Like, could you really get a mushroom, DMT, LSD type of experience while meditating? And these guys are saying, yes, absolutely, beyond. Like, you think a drug is fleeting. A drug it's got ups and downs. The meditation doesn't have the downs. The meditation isn't a drug. You go where you want to go. You're in control. And if that's what you want to go to the spirit realm, then go to the spirit realm, and you won't be confused and frightened for your life. You're going to show up with confidence, and I'm thinking like, so part of the reason I want to meditate is because I want to be able to have psychedelic experiences without having to consume psychedelic drugs. Which, I mean, some people might be like, that's not the reason to meditate, but have your reasons. You can do it for yoga. You can do it for mindfulness or whatever it is you're trying to stop. You want to stop yelling at your wife. You want to stop being an asshole at work, whatever it is you're trying to not do. But for me, my main goal is to get fucked up, but whatever, if it yields good results.
I want to meditate to get fucked up. I think the idea of meditation is it's the opposite, isn't it? It's to stop you getting fucked up so that you don't need to get fucked up. It's like
you're right. Yeah.
You create a healthier spiritual realm for yourself to exist in, where you don't need to bludgeon yourself, to bludgeon your consciousness with these extracurricular things.